See, I do this all the time, and people are like, "Oh, this is race baiting. This is X, Y, and Z." Nah, this is just more police brutality and police ridiculousness. So let's watch this video, and then I'll get to the details of how disrespectful and how disheartening this video is to watch when you actually watch it.
This is some bullshit. You have guns on this bitch.
Okay, so when you watch that video, it's completely demeaning the way they're treating those young black people. And when you actually read the details of who was involved in that incident, okay, so they removed, their guns were drawn. They removed a 17-year-old, a 12-year-old, a 14-year-old, and a 6-year-old. And they had them all in handcuffs. They didn't have the 6-year-old in handcuffs. But they had the 6-year-old girl laying on the ground. All of them are crying. These are young black people. The oldest person that was present was 17 years old. And they have them, they completely demeaning themselves and just disrespecting them by having them face first on the ground in handcuffs in the middle of the street for doing nothing. They had suspicion that the black girls have stolen the car. Later, they found out that they were wrong, but they had excessive force. They had them on the ground. You had a 6-year-old face down on the ground. Like, where did they do that? Where have you ever seen this treatment done to white folks or any other type of folks? They always disrespecting young black people like this. You have young black people, nobody over the age of 18, in a vehicle that was owned by possibly their parents. We don't know. It was not a stolen vehicle. That's all we know. And we know that they did absolutely nothing wrong. And this type of disrespect is still like happening. It's like, what kind of fuck shit is this? Like, I don't know where they teach these cops or how to fucking handle and fucking de-escalate situations, but this is escalating a situation and demeaning and disrespecting young black citizens all over the country. This happened in what, Aurora, Colorado? It's like, how much more disrespect do we have to take as a community? It's like when I see shit like this, I'm like, yo, this is absolutely outrageous. And then people want to act like everybody's just race baiting and oh, black people are being victims and blah, blah, blah. All the racist fucks that you see in the comment section and shit. It's like, fuck out of here with that bullshit. We have video after video after video of proof of how the fuck the police handle black people. And they target young black people all the fucking time, trying to get them in the system for some bullshit, suspicion that they stole the car, and they have a fucking family of people there, a 6-year-old in the car, 17-year-old driver. It's like when you see this type of shit, it's like, nah, niggas ain't race baiting. We ain't out here race baiting. We ain't bitching about no fucking bullshit. Like, this is absolutely ridiculous. How would you feel if this was your auntie? I mean, you're not your auntie, like your fucking little sister, your child, or whatever. Your family members getting treated like this. It's absolutely ridiculous. It's offensive. It's like the cops think, how would they feel if their 6-year-old child was on the fucking floor getting treated like a fucking criminal along with a 12-year-old, a 14-year-old, and a 17-year-old? It's like, what kind of shit is that? They're helpless youths that don't really understand their rights completely, and they're getting demeaned and disrespected by cops like this. Like, this shit is absolutely outrageous. Something needs to be done about this. Like, there needs to be some complete police reform. It's like, and then people want to misrepresent what defund the police means. They act like, oh, black people want the police to be completely defunded so the streets can be wild and people can kill each other and do this and that, and there'll be no police on the fucking, like, we don't mean to get rid of all the fucking police. What we need is police reform, and defund the police means we don't want all these extra units of police officers and these special units that aren't just the normal division. Like, they spend a lot of money, they take money out of the healthcare, out of education, out of all that shit, and pour money into police resources to have them having these wild fucking tanks and all these creative fucking police cars on the floor, on the force. They have TAV units. TAV units is like some sort of specialty Toronto unit that they have that harasses people. That's not a division. It's not like the 42 division. They're not numbered divisions that really police certain regions. They're extra fucking special units that come and harass people and card people and do all sorts of fuck shit. That's what we mean. We mean by defund the police. Get rid of all those fucking extra pieces of shit that disrespect and harass people, and all the extra money they use for their unnecessary vehicles and their unnecessary weaponry that they have provided to the force. It's not get rid of all police officers so the streets will be anarchy. They're misrepresenting the point because defund the police isn't the best slogan. It's not. It's not one of those slogans that you read and it's like, okay, a straightforward, we understand what the fuck you mean, because a lot of idiots out here don't want to understand what you mean, and you have to have your slogan completely representing what you mean without an explanation. So that is a bad slogan, but at the end of the day, do a little research, do a little homework to actually see what the fuck motherfuckers mean when we're saying that type of shit. Because it's fucking annoying the way they constantly want to misrepresent our messages, like taking a knee is disrespect to the flag and all that shit. They're just constantly misrepresenting and going after and chasing certain issues so they don't have to deal with the real issue. That's what all these racist fucks do. They don't want to see liberation and freedom for black people. They don't want black people to live normal fucking lives like regular citizens. They want us to be treated like animals and disrespected. And then we're bitching and we're complaining and we're victims for all the shit we point out. It's like, fuck off. Get the fuck out of here with that bullshit.